wasn't telling me otherwise yet. Just finishing off vegan breakfast wrap kind of thing. I don't really want to put our dog upstairs. I'm going to give him a chew stick and hope that he likes it, because so he's watching me eat, but as much as it can be when I start podcasting too, which I wasn't really planning to do this morning, but I got a bit of time. Got a bit of time, so it's kind of a thin one, but he wasn't talking about it. I feel like I want this on. I'll be in the sunlight today, but this feels so dark without it. Maybe this instead. I don't know if that really helps in this room, but I'm looking towards the light and going towards it. Well, she's got a meditation meeting and her breakfast with her mother-in-law and possibly husband, and then she's got to get to work. So she, even though she can seem to make time, my one friend I don't think will be available to watch. The other one, maybe. Just let me settle into this slowly. It's going to be a busy day, so I have to pace myself. And I'd really rather wait to talk to those people here. Yeah, I didn't take long into the day to send her, but she knows what early mornings are like. She said she gets up at 6. I've had a bit of coffee. I've also had some other sugar products, so and it's another one of those examples too of where I didn't necessarily have, well, I got the base idea and then I didn't really think beyond that. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea for a podcast, and here I am. Chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not. It's like, what was we say? We got 2 people here at the same time, just tuned in. I've just started rolling. Welcome. Curious if you've ever seen the channel before, how you came across this, where you're watching from, if you'd like to say. And you both left. But, again, maybe not intentionally. Maybe one's phone died and the other one... It's like, actually, I'm curious about this, but I don't have a lot of time right now. Who knows, right? So... I'm also kind of multitasking, but that's okay. I can do that fairly decently. Partly the ADHD, I think, and partly just I can. That's interesting. Something interesting about names is when you know somebody with a certain, like, well, I mean, Dorothy's kind of an old name, but when you know somebody with an old name, it's kind of like seeing a young person with it is just kind of odd. Anywho, in recent videos, and we got 2 people again came in at the same time. Glad to have you here. Never heard of it. In recent videos, I have spoken about some of the things that I'm grateful for, that I have in my life. And actually, in sharing a kind of interesting story that, just last night, in fact, I talked a little bit about it. And I've also talked about I also sometimes talk about my struggles, not doing music or, trying to uplift other people, and hopefully it all uplifts, but not the one who was just here. Yeah. I'm also going to let my multitasking, aside from the chat that we can have, I'm going to let my multitasking kind of inspire some of the things that I may think of. Like, there are the obvious things that I'm thankful for. I'm also thankful for the YouTube community. Um, that again should be obvious. When I see it, it's lovely. Um, I'm thankful for beauty. And I'm thankful that to know the difference between beautiful and something dark. Let's just stay right here. But yeah, and it's maybe the sandwich method, if you're familiar with that, is the best way to do this kind of thing because, well, either way, when you're talking about negative things or the things that, life and such hasn't given you, you start to sound kind of negative. It's true, perhaps. But, so either the sandwich method or the good second, the good as the latter part, the latter stuff. The person was there for 2 seconds, but is probably the best way. Um, but I'm just sitting here thinking, like, part of me doesn't feel like repeating some, not because it's not worthwhile, but some of the stuff that I mentioned in the other videos, because you can just go see it there, if you so care to, and I know it, As far as the other stuff, which of course I also know, I kind of don't want to talk about it much myself. I want to hear about yours. See what we can suggest for you. Nobody's here at the moment, but yeah, I'd like to hear about yours and celebrate with you. And then, as far as the things that it hasn't given you that you still hope for, offer suggestions. You know, whether we do that for each other or I just do it for you, the viewer left. Like last year, no, but they either came back somebody else. I'm just multitasking, but I will watch the chat, making sure I have it on. Then I have to put this device in about an hour and head out not long after that, probably myself. But yeah, so I've kind of said an introduction to this, and now it's kind of a chat. But if anything does come to my mind, with what I'm multitasking with and browsing or in general, I'll say it as well. Um, yeah. Like, why do I have anything to say? And if you don't have anything planned out to say, I mean, maybe. Some people wouldn't care. They'd be like, okay, I can sit and listen. I can multitask too while I wait or think of what I want to say. And other people would be like, no, I just came here to watch. And, if you're not, well, I'm giving you something to watch, but if you're not, carrying the conversation, you know, I've seen that name before. It's kind of funny. It's fake, I think, too. But anyway, it's all good. So yeah, just a Brazilian nice. So, um, I guess I'll say, without knowing how things are going to unfold when I go out, I guess I will say that I'm grateful for the opportunity. Well, for the day that's supposed to be quite nice. Hopefully not too warm. Hopefully a nice breeze. Um, for the ability to get on a bike and go for a ride. I'm not an avid cyclist by any means. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring my guitar because I don't really feel like lugging music books around, and I'm not going to have an internet device while I'm out or an internet connection. Uh, but I did think, what if I run into somebody else who plays? And I mean, do I trust giving it to them? Um, or are they going to be someone who, if they make a little mistake, they get really frustrated or runs off with it? That is true. Maybe I just let them suggest songs to me. I don't want to be stuck up and saying, no, you can't play it, but I've had that guitar most of my life, really, 20-something years. Um, and yeah, um, maybe I could just say it's my baby. I just, and it's I don't know what I'd say. You know, it's got really old strings on it. Doesn't sound good. It's a little bit meh to play, but I still love it. Of course, they might say, well, I don't care. I'd still like to play it. You know what I might say then? As actually, I might say, do you sing? Why don't you sing something with me? That could be cool. And like I say, the traffic's noisy enough there. I don't think we might draw some attention if we did, but yeah, I just have to figure out because I know the last time I was at that park, there was some tagging on the picnic tables. Um, so it doesn't get mint. I don't know if it really. I want it. Well, I'd probably be at the just a bench in general. But a general bench. um, but yeah, so I'm curious to see how it goes. I mean, that thing that I acted out the other day, which wasn't entirely acting, it wasn't, and it was improvised. I mean, that really, it did. It touched on kind of both sides for me, and like I said, my other content does too. So I'm doing this video especially to hear from others. What are you? And it's like, to come, to go, to come, to go. Um, what we got to like, and somebody that tuned in. I wonder if it's Don or somebody else I'm familiar with, or somebody new to the channel. Feel free to join the conversation. I am multitasking a little bit, but you can see what the title is of this video. You can see what it's about. I've rambled for a little over 12 minutes. I'll let you comment, and then I'll adjust that. I'm looking through some of the groups I'm in under the local section because I'm curious. In fact, right now I'm looking at a music group I'm in, and there are some locals, and you know whether it's somebody I end up connecting with while I go out, so that you know, because I'm planning to just go out and sit and enjoy being outside for a bit today. And the other thing that I mentioned in recent videos. I might try and get something for lunch, and I do have an errand, and I think the other errand I think I'm going to do first, because I kind of feel like whether doing it first will make any difference or not, I feel like it's takes a bit of it's more, it's not necessarily more important, but it's what I think I should do first. And I hadn't thought of that until this morning actually. So who do we got watching? Don't be shy. Glad to have you here. And then you vote no. I don't think it was on them because, well, first of all, it doesn't look like she's seen, even though she's active, although I don't see the green dot, it doesn't look like she's seen me mentioning that I'm rolling. Although she's subscribed, so, but I don't think she'll leave unless she's having some sort of technological difficulty. I was at one punked on here the other day. But, yeah, so feel free to join the topic and conversation, and I'll check the comments in a moment. If there's any coming in, I'm not seeing them, but I have them on, so I should be seeing them. Did I just send a request to somebody accidentally? No, it doesn't look like it. I don't think. Let me see. If I did, they don't have a request button, so I wouldn't have been able to. So I'm just multitasking and checking to see, if anybody puts anything in the chat, then I'll chat with you. It's interesting. Our neighbor has a somewhat unique name, or form of a name, and this person has the same first name. And a lot of kids, so they're busy. Most likely. Um, yeah, so just, I don't, okay. And it's this thing. There's sometimes you just have to say things because there are new people that tune in that may be hearing me say it for the first time. Certainly not the first time, though. And it's this one particular thing. It's good to say early on. And sorry, I'm not saying it earlier in this one. But if things are going slow, but you're still curious what else is happening in the video, you can skip ahead and see, or check out the other videos on the live tab or whatever. But we got somebody that I haven't been rolling super long, that just tuned into this one, and that's meant to be, I feel like. So, welcome. I truly think that some people do not like, and I don't. That's the one thing. Otherwise, actually, a lot of the features are pretty similar. But that's the one thing about doing it on the phone. Aside from also that afterwards it's elongated, but I've already started. I've titled it whatever. We're one like in, but which is not a lot, but it's appreciated. But it's I can't seem to type a comment. To put some chat there and just things. Like that's a good example of if there's something, unless the chat's really wildly busy, but that's not super common. Uh, not, but then it's there for people who are able to process it and see it there, and yeah, but and I say this because there was something I was going to put in that area, but now I can't remember what it is. So. I wish I could, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, I do remember what it was, actually. And it's something I'm going to maybe put in there more often because, sure, not everybody does it, but some videos, it's primarily what happens. And I'd love to know why, where people don't stick around. I know I make guesses sometimes, and they may not, I make a few of them. Some of them are probably right for some people, or accurate for some people. But it's kind of like, it'd be nice to know why people are doing that. You can't please or interest everybody, and so it's not quite my goal, but I am pretty easy to chat with and get along with. I'm pretty diverse in the topics, so I don't see why, I don't see why somebody would do it. So, the other part of that, like I say, is that it seems, well, I'll wait till somebody tunes in on this one, because there'll either be someone who resonates with it and will hopefully say why, or there'll be someone who doesn't but might have a guess for me. Because in the topic of that I'm going to mention in a moment, yeah, I don't think I ask it very often in here. The dog's kind of looking at me, and if it pauses for too long and then start up again, he's going to think, "Oh, you're doing a new podcast? I get a new treat." No, just kidding. um, I just had to skip ahead part, right? Yeah. Why do you think, whether you're someone who dislikes it or not, why do you think, and luckily there's no room for a dislike option anyway, and the person left. And that wasn't necessarily a welcome, that was asking a question of, obviously, well, either people here now, people here later, and they are the only one, but either came back or somebody else is here. I'm just curious why you think somebody might not like to be welcomed when they tune in. I think that's the best way to ask it. Might not like to be acknowledged. Because it truly does seem like some people don't. And I don't get it. I don't understand. You know? Because I think it's a nice thing to do. You know? I'm certainly not doing it by name, and until they comment, I can't do it by name because I don't know who they are. You know, who's watching. So, definitely. So, yeah, but there is a topic to this video, so if you have thoughts about it, feel free to put them in the chat. Yeah. I'm doing this on the cell phone, so I didn't have the option to select whether to display the live chat afterwards, like I do on the laptop, but even when I do select it, sometimes it doesn't. So, you know, if anybody's, you know, and the chat's not exactly active yet, or may not be super active in this one, but a little bit of activity is nice. A little bit of conversation, and like I say, it won't likely show afterwards, so if you're someone who doesn't like to usually comment on YouTube videos, you prefer to watch them because you don't like the comment section or whatever, first of all, this is a safe space. Second of all, yeah, they won't show afterwards. Like, I never delete them. I'm thankful for them. Every now and then, if something's maybe a little too personal, or I feel like somebody might misinterpret it in a unhelpful way, or whatever, but very rarely. Certainly not a whole chat. You know, a whole live chat. So, yeah, I'm just multitasking and watching for your comments. And if, like I say, while multitasking, I think of things on either side of the question in the title, then I'll say them. It's just I do want to do some of what the other thing is I'm doing before going out today. So, yeah, and yeah, this isn't scripted. I mean, that doesn't mean I might not have things. Okay, yeah. Like, well, screw it if it's not scripted. I only like script. But either came back somebody else. Like, then again, let's write the script. Let's write the script together. Yeah, I'm up for creative collaboration as well. But like I say, this is really more of a conversation on the topic. You know, I am totally fine with, well, if it starts on the topic and then goes off onto other topics, that can happen, and I understand that. So, you know, topics can feed into each other a little bit. Also, I'm not easily distracted. You know, like if I'm in the middle of saying something, you don't have to worry about saying something. I mean, I may stop mid-sentence, but you can always say, what was it you were going to say before, though? But otherwise, you know, I have ADHD. I'll come back around to it. And if I don't, then I'm not meant to. You know what I mean? And you mean what I know? Oh. Just an odd caption. That's also kind of odd. In this members... Oh, okay, actually both of those. It's the only ones I'm seeing that are. So, I agree with that one thing, because of the odd caption and because of that. And it's weird also how it's doing it, because it's one, then the other, then the other one, then the other one. And the one has 226 contacts, but no profile picture. But you know, I don't think we should judge that. There are a lot of older people online who either don't want to put photos up or don't know how to update them, and it's a basic feature, but okay, but see, once I did want the one, bought both of them. Or, you know, I once seem to remember coming to realize that there was one person who had had a stroke. And so, you know, that can change the way your face is. And, you know, that guy I saw last night, the disabled guy, not the one that had all the doodads and this and that, and the doo-moms, just kidding. I think he was in a wheelchair. It looked like it from behind. Very brave. I wasn't sure if one person was trying to be rude and I didn't stay on it very long or really look at the chats very often. But very brave, you know, with his kind of obvious disability to coming onto YouTube. Didn't I see that one above as well? Yep. So, let's chat about the topic at hand. The topic in the title. Also, well, I hate to say it, if somebody's like new to the channel and like they've only been here for a minute or whatever, it does feel a little bit awkward to bet your laps or whatever. So you won't maybe have likely subscribed anyway, or like, but maybe you have, and you know, there are reasons. I'm going to try a little experiment. I'm going to try to not be paying attention and see if anybody says, what's happening? What's going on? Are you going to do anything? You know? It's like, I'm going to do everything. Just kidding. Most things. But it wouldn't work with the religious dundin, because you probably heard that experiment that I was speaking about. Or at least some of it. But, like I say, I do have a topic for this video. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I mean, people, well, they might. And I might as well sometimes, depending on the other person. You know, if somebody was talking... I mean, that's the thing on YouTube. I think, when I see them there, you know, I'm talking to the people, however many people it says are viewing. That's the difference about in person. You know, because people wouldn't just, you know, well, they might. Like I say, if you go to a presentation or whatever, people have their free will. You know, if they're not interested or they want to go do something else and come back or not come back, they'll do that. It's true. So maybe it's not a great example, but, you know, I'm trying to think of, like, in-person example where it would be awkward and actually a little bit rude to do that. You know. But, of course, this is in person. So there was two, they left, and then it's two again. So, I'll let you join in on the conversation, and I'll look at the screen again in a moment. Oh, wow. I'm not sure if I knew that or not. So, as I mentioned a little earlier, by the way, I'm looking at some groups that I'm in online to see if there's locals in them, because I'm curious. And it does tell you. And there was maybe about 25 in this one. Just a general music and performance group. And one, two, three, four, five, six from the bottom is actually somebody that I know. That I do know. I don't know if I knew he was in the group, though. If he is, it may be because I invited him, or invited my former bandmate who invited him. He passed away about 3 or 4 years ago. His mother, at 104, passed away in June, I think. Maybe July. That's the thing. I'll have my email. Like I say, the guitar is a good kind of conversation starter. I don't think it would be too challenging to bike with, but it is a long bike ride. I guess if I have to stop along the way, I stop along the way. But I don't think it'll be that. It's hollow, right? So it's not like it's heavy. I don't have a great back, but I don't. And if I have to, like I say, I'll stop for 10 minutes and then carry on. Not a problem. Yeah. So, actually, this group that I was just looking at, somebody reacted to a video that we'd posted in it ages ago. It's not a very active group anymore. And while there's nobody here and we're 30-something minutes in, or at least it doesn't seem like anybody's here, I'll share the fact that the lady kind of recognized one of us. And she had a fur hat on. I can't say it without somebody here, and I don't want that to make it go away, but it was a disturbing hat. Let's just say that. As far as hats go. It's weird to verbalize that, but it was. I don't understand why some of them have titles all in caps, by the way. Like, I understand it doesn't always mean shouting, it can mean emphasizing, but why need to emphasize the title of this group that I'm looking at? And if they're not in other groups as well, and actually those particular types of groups, I'm thinking not, because, I don't know. I'll take a look. Well, I'm waiting for chats to come in. And this is at what? 45%? Drops fairly fast. I'll go until it gets to 20-something. And then if it's going well, I'll plug it in and keep going maybe. And if it's not, I won't. Like if it's just really quiet. As sometimes they are, I feel like I'm familiar with this guy. Maybe not. So yeah. Curious how you came across this video. If you've ever been to the channel before, this is one of my slower ones, maybe, because it is based on what the viewers say. But then if I have thoughts, I'll say them as well. So the viewer, like, I wasn't planning to say anything actually, so I guess I'll leave. It's possible, and you know what? When they say finding your audience, and I like to think, oh, well, I am pretty okay with, a diverse audience. I don't want to put anybody in a box. I mean, I cover a lot of things, music universal, this and that. So I kind of think, well, that's BS or whatever. But, I mean, and just because it isn't, somebody one day doesn't mean that it can't be on a different day. That's the other thing, too. But at the same time, I understand I'm not for everybody. Nobody is everybody's cup of tea. Not even the coolest people. The most famous people. There are going to be some people that they do nothing much for me. They don't resonate with me. I don't relate to them. Whatever it is. But I think I'm pretty relatable. I think I'm pretty diverse. So I'm just saying. What is your first impression of me? There's a question. And if you've seen my other videos before, add that with your thought, because I think it would make sense to. I'm just going to look here, and you both left. Like, I don't want to be rude, or I don't know, I have to go and think about it, come back, or where he'll judge me for my opinion. And depending on your opinion, I might. Just kidding. Speaking of opinions, I'd like to say an opinion about something, as I do, and any of us do that, have online presence. Like, I don't care what it is. I stated this in one of my videos recently, but I don't remember if anyone was watching at the time. Like, there's a potential that, because I've done some genealogy stuff, there's a possibility I may have been related to this guy, and he's local, and that would have been really cool to me, with not a lot of local family. But, I mean, sure, he's in a car that looks like it's, well, it looks like the sun's behind him, actually. But he ain't smiling in his profile or his cover picture. And I understand sometimes we don't have great teeth, or, and you can smile without showing teeth. I just think that it's not. And of course, people can smile but not actually be happy on the inside for the most part. But it's a lot more, some people say, oh, smile at a stranger. I don't disagree with it, but I do think that it could come across a little bit awkward, or a little bit kind of like, what's the intent? Like, is this person being weird or friendly? Um, because it's one of those things that is nonverbal, unless they also say something. You don't know, right? Um, or judging or whatever, right? But but no, I think in pictures, I've even seen people in pictures with, like, well, maybe they don't want to be in pictures with their family. I was looking at a couple old pictures of me when I was young, and was reminded how my grandparents always used to make me take off my hat for photos. But it was funny because I think it was the one with my grandpa. It was still on, as if they hadn't tried yet or it didn't work. And I would usually put up a bit of a fuss when I was younger about it, and I still would, to be quite honest. I don't know what was behind that. I don't know if they just thought it covered my eyes too much, or if it was just an old-fashioned type of thing. I don't like that person, but okay, sure. Maybe I'd rather have them on there because that might be a better spot. Um, but yeah, so a smile goes a long way. It just makes someone look friendlier. There may be a lot of people that don't really smile in photos that are plenty friendly, but when you don't know them, you go by what you see, right? Anyway, there's not a whole lot to say about smiles other than do it. No, just kidding. um, maybe some people. Well, again, there are things to not be happy about, and it kind of feeds back into the title. What are the things you're happy and grateful for in your life? What are the things that you'd still like to have in your life? Um, but then also back in school days when you used to do school photos, and maybe some people didn't like those. I didn't mind them, and so maybe it's kind of a thing with that. I'm also multitasking. Like I say, I'm watching the chat. I'm really sorry if anybody's putting anything. I'm not seeing it. I've got it on. Gonna have to plug in soon, but I can still roll. The other thing, kind of similar to that topic, I would say. Now, I used to be someone who used to feel the need to wear sunglasses all the time. I don't know if my eyes just got. Okay, just a moment. Less sensitive. I mean, depending on the color of them, I mean, it makes things darker, which, on a nice, bright, sunny day isn't necessary. But, people will say, oh, the eyes are the windows to the soul or whatever. And when you got sunglasses on, well, you can't see them. You know, I know on like certain certain TV shows or whatever, unless they're like prescription glasses or whatever, they usually don't allow them actually. But I mean, again, I'm not being anti sunglasses. I'm just saying that what I'm saying. Just because that's also a word. We got two people here. I don't think it's the person I just specifically invited in, because they did. I did ask if they wanted to watch. They did say okay, but they haven't seen how to find the channel yet. So yeah, like I say, there is a topic in this video in the title. Feel free to check that out and join and come into the chat. This one's been a bit slow and quiet. Sometimes they are, or they are for a while, and then things pick up in the chat. So this one, but I'd like to know if the chat is working, to be quite honest. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't be unless there's some sort of wonkiness happening on YouTube right now. I do feel like I need to quickly. I can probably roll for another 30 or 40 minutes, then I have to get myself ready, give myself a bit of time, and head out. If I'm doing the other thing first, I may even want to do that sooner. The only thing is, I'm not too sure what time they open, and I don't want to wait around that area too long. I should look that up, actually. I don't even know what all they do, other than things for the city. I'm pretty sure I know the right building that it is, where they put the big Christmas tree and everything. And when I Google it, it doesn't say, when you Google a business or whatever and it brings it up and it says whether it's open or not. I'm just seeing city governance. How do I contact? It's true. I could do it by phone maybe. It says, and I don't know if this is just something in our city or not, so I almost don't want to say specifically, but it says 3 digits, which are the ones I called yesterday, which suggested I go there, or that I at least speak to somebody there. If you have any questions about this animation, what information? I don't know why it would be on TripAdvisor, City Hall. Things you must know before you go with reviews. And it seems to be about like the architecture of the building. It was built in 1964. Or around there by the looks of it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm also not seeing a phone number though if I was to call. What I might do is try calling those 3 digits and see if they can give me a number for there. That might be preferred. Like, where I'm otherwise going today is halfway there. But if I don't have to go all the way and worry about, am I going to be able to bring my bike in and is it going to be awkward or, if I don't have to go there in person, I might prefer not to. Really, you missed the festival that happens kind of around there. Which now isn't happening till next year, but I posted an audio biography, or whatever you want to call it, something like that, a few days ago. I also did a acting thing on here the other day, which very well I could bring into our theater festival. That would be cool. And it's a festival that happens in a lot of places. Like, I'm not sure if it is Janice watching or who's watching right now, but I know that in parts of Scotland they have it. And yeah. So, we've had one person here for a while. Doesn't seem to be saying anything. If you are putting comments, what I might suggest that you do is... When you left. But for anybody else who thinks to comment this while live, or maybe I should wait. I mean, it's the same way that I said to what's her face and she grabbed it. It's so cool to people that I talk with outside of here to find it to connect on here. I'd be curious if this person posts anything too. But yes, if for whatever reason, you know, like you're sticking around and you're listening, which would give me the impression that you're, you know, curious and wanting to, and may have put something in the chat. If it's not showing, that's what I would suggest would be select it, copy it, wait till after the video is posted, and try posting it in the comment section instead of the live chat. But I'm hoping the live chat's working. I am going to have to plug this in shortly and run upstairs briefly. 10 minutes tops. But, you know, in that 10 minutes, whether you've seen the stuff that came before this in this video or haven't, there is a topic of this video, which I kind of addressed near the beginning, but you can share your thoughts and feelings about the topic. And then when I come back, hopefully I'll be able to see the comments and I can talk with you all about them. Also, if you would rather me not read them out loud for whatever reason, I can read them to myself and, you know, give my voice a bit of a rest. If that's a preference, let me know. Otherwise, I might read them out loud. But I won't. Well, you both laughed. I was going to say I wouldn't say your name, though. See, this is where I wish that I could... Maybe I could do it on the computer. I'll be right back. Because I did actually want to go up and get that, too. So it's at the... It's at the... 49 now. Okay. Where did I take that phone earlier? By the way, the other phone. Okay. There is somebody here. I'll be right back. Sorry for the angle. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Feel free to see the title of the video and put your thoughts about it in the comments. And I appreciate having you here. This one's been a little bit quiet for the first while. And you laugh. Okay. Some people will empathize and care, and some won't. kind of don't. Well, it's not that I don't multitask, but okay, yes, I am seeing the chat. Sorry. Oh, we got. Oh, it said 4 for a moment there too. Okay, let me pause this. Wow, that's really tiny on this screen, but the window's tiny too, so that could be part of it. No, it's just tiny, but the chat's there too. Anywho, hi. Hetue? Hute? Not sure how you say it. I'm also charging the device. Oh, someone is calling you. Okay, well, I hope you can come back. Thanks for the subscribe, by the way. Really appreciate it. Glad to know that the chat is working, by the way. Yeah, I hope you'll be able to come back either while I'm live or check out the other lives. I did say thanks for the subscribe, right? Yeah. I can roll for another 20 or 30 minutes, probably. And I would love it if somebody held me to that and said, okay, you should probably wrap up now and do whatever else you had to do. But I'm going to try and watch that too. Not to put any pressure on anybody. Okay, that 48. Okay, I still got a bit of time. I'm going to quickly do something, then I'll have an update maybe. And then I'll, after that, like if I'm not going to the park, I don't have to be there when the event starts. I can go anytime today, actually. At that rate. Whoops. Okay. But that's very nice. I mean, I don't know, people, they do it to support, or they just out of curiosity, and, maybe because I think they should, whatever. It's nice. Okay, I said that. I'll be right back. I didn't quite do the thing I was saying I was going to do. What I could do, I mean, I don't know though. While this is charging and it's not at a great angle to do it, but just so that people can hear some sound, and if they can make it out, great. If they can't, they know what the title of this video is. It's probably why they clicked in, out of curiosity, so they can talk on that. And whatever I catch of this, I catch of this. Whatever I don't for right now. Yeah. I hate to do this wrong. much as we love him and as cute as he is, it can be distracting. So we just put him in the yard for a little while. Yeah, go there, we can do more. I don't know somebody in here. Yeah. Yeah. I'll be right back on the screen in a moment. Feel free to weigh in on the topic. I do have a bit of a sore throat. Oh, did I have that playing? Oops. Hi, I'm just briefly on the phone, just waiting to connect with a customer service rep about something. I won't be long, but you can weigh in on the title. Okay, it's already ringing. Hi, I can barely hear you, but no. I'm calling, trying to figure out how to reach City Hall. I didn't see a phone number. Housing and residence data? Okay. Yep. Okay. Is that other lotion, I wonder? Again, maybe? Oh, I don't see it at all, which is really strange. It was here a moment ago. I mean, this one works. Oh, there we are. Yeah, this one works too. Get off me, please. Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't a long wait. Okay, yeah, I don't know if it's part of that or not, but, okay, there's no number for City Hall as well, though, or? Okay, go ahead. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. They're both 4663. Okay. All right. Thank you. Well, I mean, if you can, sure. Okay, thanks. I'm just briefly on the phone. Sure. Mm-hmm. Thanks. You too. That stuff is too thick. Just putting on lotion there. I'm just briefly on the phone. I'm actually on hold, and it's one of those things that says there's higher call volumes than normal, but sometimes it's still not a very long wait. You're welcome to weigh in on the title of the video, and yeah. I mean, I've been rolling for an hour, so I didn't know I was going to call them until I knew, but they didn't want to do that, so that's fine. No. Skipped for a moment there. I thought somebody was coming. I hate to go to the other side, just in case. It's, I don't know if my voice making it skip. Possibly. But no, it doesn't seem like it. Funny, I was just looking at a message. Do we got Janice or Don here? Or who do we got watching? I'm just on a call on hold. It said high call volumes. Don't know exactly how long it's going to take. You're welcome to talk on the topic that is in the title of the video and in the chat. And I didn't know I was going to place this call when I started. And hopefully it won't take too long. But I'll try and talk with you until somebody comes as well. And even still, you know, I'm hoping it won't be too long once somebody does answer. It is the kind of thing that might very well get a lot of calls. What time of month is it? At this time of month, maybe not. Rent isn't, you know, due. But yeah, I'm curious who we got watching, how you came across the channel, if you've ever been before. And I'll be able to chat while I'm on hold. I actually haven't spoken to anybody since I got transferred yet, so. And they have high call volumes, so it could be a while, it might not be. Because I've had it sometimes say that, and then it's a quick. It's been about 3 or 4 minutes. But there's the topic in the video. I try not to be on the phone when I'm rolling, but I didn't know. Didn't think to call, and I just kind of curious to see how it will go, and then I can kind of plan the rest of my day, and may not have to go to the one thing after all. How's everybody doing today, by the way? Hopefully you're doing well. WYP or 2? L99? I don't understand those typos. And if it is you that's here, then you know that you found the right place, because you may or may not have seen my pictures, or at least in this mode. Man, that's the other thing I'll say next time somebody tunes in. 25%. I also wouldn't want to go until that's fully charged anyway. Yeah, I think either way, that being used, will still drop. This was dropping pretty fast the other day. But yeah, you know, it's hard to wait sometimes, so I'm waiting on hold, and that's annoying. So, you keep me company while I'm waiting. And then once I'm on the call, it shouldn't be more than 10 minutes. And wish me luck as well. Hopefully this is helpful and goes well. Hope you're having a great day, and I'm curious who we've got watching. And that's obviously being said to the YouTube while I'm waiting. I think it's obvious anyway. Once it should be obvious too when I start talking to the person that answers. I don't want to say I'll be right back, and well, they're making me wait, but they might not like that. They might just say call you later, then click, you know, and think I'm talking to them. But we have someone who's been here for a few minutes, so happy to have you here. And yes, this topic at hand. I actually don't like that phrase. It's kind of weird. I don't usually say it, but I've said it a couple times in this video, and it sounds odd to me. It's not that it's not a phrase, and it's not that, but now this was transferred, so the first few minutes of that was with the other person. I'm actually tempted. She also gave me a 1-800 number, but I think I'd rather the local one. I mean, 1-800 might be local too. Well, it should be within the province, but I'm saying this to the viewers while I'm on hold. But anyway, just as I was mentioning that. Without realizing, I guess. This is where it would have been handy to have the other phone. See which one answers first, but you know, he is great about sharing the devices, so I can't complain too much, but just a little maybe. I'm just on hold on a call, so you can keep me company in the chat. I appreciate it. It keeps skipping, and I keep thinking that somebody's going to answer, and then it's... Even when I'm not talking, yeah, so... It's one of those stupid audio things. Happy to have you here, though. Don't be shy. It's also very repetitive hold music, which makes the wait even more annoying. They really should hire live musicians for doing this kind of thing. I don't know how that would work, though, and I don't know if it's ever been done, to be honest, but instead of elevator music, as they call it, you know? Shh, Sonny. I do have a question for the person that just tuned in. At the moment, you're the only one here. Which do you think would be a faster... It's a local housing department, and I was given a local number and transferred to it from the thing I called first. I was also given a 1-800 number. Which do you think would be faster? Better staffed, whatever you want to put it. I'm almost leaning towards the 1-800 number, but I'm not sure if that is accurate. It's not that I don't have time, but I just don't like waiting, and I sort of don't have time. What I might also do is wait another... It's only been like 7 minutes since I was speaking to someone. But it seemed like 15, which is what it says almost in total. And I don't know if it's really higher than normal. Keep me company while I wait. I would sure appreciate it. Glad to have you here. Right now there's only one person here, so. But there's been a couple. I'm just multitasking, but I'll see if he puts something. I'm really hoping this won't take too long, and I wasn't intending to do a phone call, but I feel like I need to. But I am wondering if that 1-800 number might be quicker. Maybe I should try it. Or if it may have actually been quicker to go down there, but then once you get down there, you might have to wait in the line, and should go before noon, maybe. I don't know. Well, I have posted about him before. That one post about my friend that passed away. Well, it's going to be everybody from the city here, actually, come to think of it. Maybe I should just wrap up. I really feel like we haven't talked about the topic much, though. But I do know the things I'm grateful for. I'd really love to help people that are trying to get things in their life but struggling with some suggestions on how to get them, but I need to know what those things are first. I'm just waiting on hold, customer service thing, so I can chat. But sometimes it's actually great to type out or verbalize what you're grateful for as well. Yeah. Okay, well that's getting annoying. The repetitive music, the thing that says we are currently experiencing higher call volumes than normal. Yeah, you've already told me that. You know, all of it's annoying, so I'm just going to do this. Just got to make a really quick call. It may or may not have to be on hold at all, and then I'll be back. But there's the topic in the video, and you can weigh in on that. And happy to have you here. Now we can choose specific options. Direct call. I don't know if it would be 4 or 5. So I picked general inquiries. Who knows how long that'll take, because a lot of people might do that. Although, some of them are very obvious titles that, if that's what you're calling about, that's what you'd pick. High volumes of calls as well. And I lost my spot in queue when I changed it. So. I just feel redundant, I don't know if it's somebody who's already been here before that tunes in or somebody else. And so saying the same thing, the video title that you clicked into. If you'd like to talk about it, I can chat while I'm on hold here. Could be a while. High volume of calls, it says so. Just leaning against the side of the couch here. And I don't know why our dog's being so noisy. That door is slightly open. Might be hearing something. Whoops. Yeah, and that's going to be all people know how. Nothing against them, it's just I'm looking for locals. That's what I'm doing there. Yeah, they're here. Happy to multitask while I wait, but based on things that you say on the topic. Yeah, this is the same repetitive music, actually, I think. Well, it's the same thing, just I don't know why. I don't know It just makes people feel better to have a second number to possibly try if they're getting impatient waiting on one, only to find out that it's practically the same thing on the other one. We had 3 people there for a moment there. 1 and then 2 more. Oh, be right back. Feel free to say hello. Even if you say nothing else, a nice, but hopefully you might. We do have someone who's been here for a few seconds, so maybe you're working on a comment. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate your comments. You know, as long as they're respectful and kind, and I would say on topic, but I know the person left was like, well, they weren't going to be, so. Well, then I'm glad you didn't say it. Although I'd really like to know why a lot of people, some people do that. I can say a fair number, but it's not really fair. It's not, oh, hush. Hush. Now, the way he's barking makes me think that maybe somebody's at the door that I wasn't expecting, so just a moment. There's people noisy going past again. Oh. Well, knowing that I do have plans today, I'm getting a little bit restless, so I might just try and do this in person. See, this is where it would have been great to have had a cell phone with me while I'm out. That way I could try again while I'm out. And then when somebody answers, stop riding my bike and... Oh, hello. Hi there. I'm calling, in one direction to, this number. I'm calling about property, essentially across the street from us, that has been empty for about a month and a half. Yesterday, somebody told me that the plans could actually demolish that, but it's kind of looking at the demolition on the other side. And I have some interesting property. It is a rental. I don't know if this is going to have a working rental or not. Yeah, I'd like to try and get this concept. Sure. And that's the more general line, I guess. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, thank you. Getting a bit of the runaround, but this makes more sense. And now I repeat myself again. Because that's what I love to do. Or what I seem to do. This might be a bit quicker, I'm not sure, but you're welcome to weigh in on the title, and I'll be back in a few minutes. If I was in one of the smaller towns, it would be even quicker, probably, unless somebody was calling about that. Kind of miss those. Anytime you wish to speak to a client services officer. Yeah. Officer. You can weigh in on the topic. I'll be right back. I'm just on a quick phone call. I don't know how long I'm going to have to wait for an answer, but hopefully not long. You can keep me company while I wait, and then once I'm on, it shouldn't be too long. Glad to have you here. It doesn't say high volume, it just says all agents are busy. I don't think they're recording this part, but I am. I hadn't intended to do this call, but I decided it was important, so we got two of you here. There's the topic in the title. Let's chat. We got three of you here. Glad to have you all here. Curious how you came across the channel, if it's your first time. And sorry, I'm just briefly distracted, but I'm also on hold, so I can talk. And then once I'm on the phone, like I say, it won't hopefully be very long, but hopefully it'll be in your left. I'm over there for a while. Not a while. 2 minutes. 2 to 5 minutes. I'm not going to keep repeating myself every time new people come in. They can see that I'm a bit distracted, but maybe they want to say something on the title, and that's why they clicked in to listen and talk about it. So, welcome to do so. And it'll help to make the wait for somebody to come on the phone to feel less like a wait. Like I said, okay. Once I get somebody on the phone, it should be fairly quick. Sorry about the multitasking, but I can do it. It's all good. Yeah, that water's gonna be unfrozen by the time I get to it. It's just it's charging, and I want it to charge. It's only at 37. Somebody comes in, I'll flash the guitar, and you know that I might play music. Or you know that I play guitar. You're fine, honey. Just relax. Like, oh, I hate guitar. I'm going. They didn't say it, but it seems like what happened. I could just wrap up, but I really feel like I haven't had much engagement or much on the topic yet, other than what I said in the introduction. Yes, I play guitar. I'm just waiting on hold. Long and boring wait on hold on an Again, if this is a local group, quite a big one, then yeah. This has only been 7 minutes. Of course, there was the other wait too, but this one feels like it's been a good 15. Not necessarily a good 15, but 15 nonetheless. And it could be like EIA, you know. People have really struggled to get through to anybody without going in. Just they're understaffed probably and overworked. So, keep me company while I wait on hold. I'd appreciate it, and I'm glad to have you here. Trying to show the guitar. There we are. This is very boring music. And then it interjects with the please continue to hold thing. It's like, I'll do so if I want to, you know. But at some point it's just, yeah, it might just be quicker to go in person. I missed that one, but they either came back or somebody else is here, so I'm multitasking a bit. But if you put something in the chat, I will notice it and address it. I promise. At least if it's on topic and it's in kindness. Yeah. I'm also just charging the cell phone. So. I don't know if she's busy on her days off or what. But I hate to get up now that the dog's relaxed because he's in front of me and I totally have room to get by him, but as soon as I stand up, he stands up. He's like, okay, you go to the kitchen, you drop something, or you drop food yet. Soon, but I wouldn't say yet. But I do plan to leave quite soon, probably, so see how it goes. I might plan to bring more, so. did succeed in being a superhero, essentially. Of sorts. I mean, somebody else did comment when I wasn't here, so they were curious, and then even before I came back, they actually said that they were going to sub, and they did see my comments, thankfully. So, don't forget to like and subscribe and join the chat. These pockets are deep. I'll be right with you. Okay, you left. I'm going to stop saying it, because actually, the numbers are fairly active along the top, and I just feel like I'm saying it every few minutes, and I am, actually, because I don't know who's watching until they say so, so I'm figuring I'm telling different people, but it is tiring, so again, I think it's pretty obvious. See the title? We can chat on it. I'm just briefly distracted. If it's not obvious, then that would be somebody that hasn't thought of the possibilities as to... hasn't thought of the obvious, and... So... we have someone who's been here for a few minutes, so you're obviously curious. Not curious if you've ever seen the channel before, actually, or how you came across this video, and I'm glad to have you here. And yeah, one day I'll get to the bottom of why people don't like to be acknowledged. I mean, some people do, and that is my audience: the people that are engaging and appreciate my appreciating them and my acknowledging them. And I would say not so much the ones that don't. However, again, it might just be a specific day. But if they're sitting on YouTube, you'd think they have some free time, right? One thing I could do, because I was also wanting to do this, I know what I'm going to do. I'm still charging it. And so it's hard to lean this device, especially since I started in this mode. But I'm going to play one of my other videos, other recent videos, give you a sample of that. Thing is a little bit of discomfort. Now, when I rotate the camera, but I can still see people tune in, right? Yeah, but I don't want to hit anything back. Today's been a day for shorter ones, so that's fine. Let's try this. Of course, I'm not going to be able to see if anybody's there, but might. Oh, that's not working even though it's the same. Just silly. I don't think YouTube's going to hear it. It is nice to have a little bit of that. Hi, good morning. I'm calling to find out some information about 170. just on hold. There's no music playing or anything, and I think it's going to be short, hopefully, since I'm already talking to someone. So, but you're welcome to weigh in and talk. Oh, okay, sure. I'm landed here. TE, oh, there is. What kind of cost? Okay. TERA? In full? Or just MB? Okay. Okay. Thanks for the information. Take care. Okay, I'm back. See, that didn't take long once I got somebody, and I got somebody in training, so she had to have somebody else hop on the call with her pretty quickly. Okay, so I can multitask. What I'm going to do, so that you're hearing something at least, unfortunately this is still charging, so it's a bit tricky, but I'm going to play my video from the other day because I wanted to watch it back a little bit too. I'm also still doing this. It's warm in here, but okay. So this is a little bit of a preview of a video I did the other day. I'm going to put it in this one, just the audio, because this phone's charging and it's awkward enough. I can't lean it because of course they put chargers on the bottom of the phone, so it's hard to lean, and I'm doing it up and down, right? So, whoops. Okay. So, here's a little sample. I mean, there's also the title of this video.
Noisy sometimes when podcasting or we're on the phone. And as much as we love him and as cute as he is, it can be distracting. So I was going to put him in the yard
Nobody
for a little while.
has said don't go down to City Hall.
He did want to go upstairs.
But I could get over there and they probably would tell me that this is what I'd have to do, what this lady told me, because I don't know if it's a privacy thing or if it's just
I don't know if I should be honest about
I don't know
this,
what
but
it is.
I feel like I should. I had coffee over dinner. I don't really like tea.
Just giving you something to listen to while I charge the phone and quickly take care of something else.
Yes, I've been podcasting a lot, but talking and singing isn't really anything that I don't do a lot anyway.
I wonder what that stands for. I can figure out the first word.
I do have a bit of a sore throat.
The rest of it, not so much.
So it's just making things a little bit of discomfort, but
also flash the guitar in case you'd like to hear a song. I think I've decided I'm not going to bring it with me when I go out, just because I'm also going to have a backpack with my tire pump just in case I need it, and it has to be a pretty big backpack so that it'll fit completely in. And then I'm just playing one of my videos from the other day for you to listen to. Hopefully you can hear it okay while I'm doing something, but you can also comment on the title of this video, and I'm happy to chat.
I think what sparked me doing this video is Wednesday. I was supposed to have a gig that is a very good cause. It was very important to me. I did videos kind of letting out some of my feelings about that. What I thought it might do. It's supposed to be decent weather, and you know. And then there's
I just have to put the phone down for a moment. It's charging. You can comment on the chat or comment on the topic, and I'll be right with you.
But otherwise, I'd be the stranger helping, because what I was thinking of doing, it is a not a great area. But I don't know if that'll make any difference. It closed that door a little bit, but not completely. But anyway, there's some noise outside. Anywho, what I was thinking of doing is going for a bike ride, maybe going past the event. I don't know, catching a little bit of it. Part of me feels like it's not one I need to be at. Maybe it kind of happened the way it's happened because I shouldn't be at it. But I don't know. I feel mixed. It would be nice to have something to do that day, even though I have three other days with things on. Coming up real soon. But what I was thinking of doing was to, and I guess people see this afterwards too, and comment that.
She didn't know what the fee would be, which is weird. She wasn't in training.
Actually,
And she was from this. Well, not this website,
right,
but
yeah, people make sure I'm afterwards, but I'm not going to be more than 5.
it's 16 pages.
Probably less.
I mean,
They also would like
come on, you know.
What you could do.
And it goes anywhere from 32 to 23 to 320. They seem to like those numbers to 180.
At the description. Looks like the person I'm messaging right now isn't. Anyway.
Sure, some of these are French, but still. Anybody watching, or just one of you at the moment, have experience looking up land titles? And if not, we can talk about the topic of the video. But I'm just charging the phone. I got to put it down, and I'm multitasking.
I have a feeling whether they're people that went there by.
And this is one of my previous videos I'm playing the audio of because I wanted to look at it again before I go out anyway.
Or
So.
just a pure coincidence, and they weren't connected to the event at all. That it's a laptop I'm using it. That it's kind of near a bridge, and there was a couple things that happened today that kind of made me think for a moment that maybe there was some sort of connection, and this was telling me something. So it's a foot. Well, yes, it's a pretty.
But like a request to remove entry.
Area.
Whatever that. I think that's kind of self-explanatory. Full or part. That's confusing. It's both $133. So I have a feeling this is going to be expensive.
The thing that
So
I have
So I'm just charging the phone for when I go out, multitasking,
before this.
and it's a short cord too. But you can weigh in on the title, and I'll
I'm really
see your
thinking
comments.
that I might kind of
So yeah, all that being said, let me just see if there's
watch
place
the
to plug in
bridge
some
a little bit.
information here.
I don't know if I'm gonna find maybe that bench I was at earlier today. I think it's a good vantage, a good viewpoint from it, and in that, and if anybody was
Another
thinking of
number,
the event, but
one
it
eight four
happens
four.
to be, and I know that this
I've
is
never seen
sensitive
that
stuff,
before.
but just happens to be thinking of doing such a thing, aka I think you all know what I'm getting at here, taking their lives. Um, I would I would step in. I shared a story in one of my recent videos of something I went through that
Thank you for calling. English, press 1, I press, and then somebody else's voice saying the same thing pretty much.
something I went.
Oh, we got two people coming at the same time. I'm just on hold for a call, uh, and I'd love the company while I am. And then hopefully it won't be too long, but hopefully it'll be a helpful call once somebody answers. And then the music stopped and said, "Why wait?" And I thought it was actually somebody answering with that had heard me say that, but it's like, visit this and that. Trying to figure out a land titling thing. But there's a topic in the video title, and yeah, chat is working, so let's chat. I got the phone charging on a short cord. And I'm never going to want to say some of these things ever again. The amount of times I've had to say them because new people come in all the time. And I don't know if it's the same ones that have been here before, but either way, welcome. Feel free to like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And I appreciate your company while I'm on hold, too. I've also noticed that not saying anything, some people will ask. That why wait thing keeps popping in quite frequently. Oh, sorry for my hat hair there. I had not realized my hair was so wild until I brought the phone back to me. That's a little better, eh? Little. You're like, no, not really. Well, happy Halloween. Maybe a good reason to keep this on. Might also be time to wrap this up. But you never know. Sometimes over an hour in, and then people come in and we have a nice chat. You know, sometimes waiting is worth it, but you know, it's hard to know. So let's make it worth it. Let's chat. Both of them. Each and every one of them. I'm going to finish looking through these, I think, and then go to my notifications, and then I was semi-hoping to be away 10 minutes ago, but I really want to bring the guitar, but I don't want to go without my tire pump. Okay, that thing is a bit too frequent. That why wait visit our website. I'm calling because I got confused by the website. And I'm on hold, and it's annoying, and I probably will hang up soon if somebody doesn't answer, to be quite honest. And thought to chat. I got a little bit more time before I have to wrap up. And yeah, I'm just charging my phone on a short cord. But it's charging well. It's not, you know. Actually, I'd rather get a full charge even though it drops fast before I go out too, so. How's everybody's day going? He's a fellow guitar player. Kind of odd spelling though. So it's by SOLE free. Well, let it say it 2 or 3 more times. That's it. Hmm. Hmm. I'd like to charge this while I'm out, but charger's upstairs. I don't want to get the dog brought up going out there. Might lay down for a bit on the bed and charge it and move it back. I'm not using it. Hopefully it won't drop too fast. 'Cause yeah. This has only been 8 minutes. At least I know where to call later, and I might just do that. We'll see how I'm feeling. Because this has been kind of tiring in its own way. We'll see how I'm feeling once I set out, and if I don't feel like I can go any further than my first spot, then I'll be there, and then we'll see how things are going to that point. I can use a library phone. That might work. And maybe I could also go in and ask my question that I left a voicemail about the other day and haven't heard back for 2 or 3 days yet. Mind, I haven't checked my email either. Well, I did yesterday, but somebody just tuned in. I'll be on the screen in a moment, folks. I'm just charging my phone on a short cord and taking care of something very quickly. Feel free to join the chat. Hi, morning. I'm trying to find out some information about a rental in my neighborhood that I'm interested in. That I speak to somebody who was saying there's some sort of property, property in the yard. Yet they that's almost what I ended up doing, but I thought if I could do it that long. So maybe I'll just do that. I need help from somebody else. I wasn't sure if you got the X ROCKS. Oh, okay. Possibly somewhere. Maybe kind of figure out. Okay. I've been having a bit of issues with my email lately. I've been able to at least receive them, and it probably is an email I can send a reply to anyway, but I can call back with the number that you send me at some point. No, no, the S is in the rocks. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay, I'll check the spam folder as well. Oh, it doesn't look like there's anything. Okay, yeah, I think I. Yep. Hopefully more than one, or it might be a bit of a wait, but okay. And then 1, 3. And then I enter this number in there, I guess. And that would be paid at City Hall. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Bye. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. So I think I'm just going to update some people that I know that I'm what I'm working on about that, um, and then decide what to do. Um, but if there's anything you'd like to say on the title of this video, the topic in that I put forth, feel free to put it in the chat, and we can talk. The one person I was thinking of letting know hasn't been at work super long, so I hate to interrupt. And the other person's at work, but it's not quite as hectic where she works. So I'm just going to quickly message her while I'm waiting to see if anybody says anything here. It's not a super high fee for what I'm trying to do compared to some of them, but I was not expecting a fee at all. Not because I expect things to be free, but for this, I thought I'd just be able to call and get an answer about something. Has anybody ever tried to get land title for any reason? I mean, I guess it's something that people do. I've never done it. So the rental agency thing would be for sure up to date, but the people that have been renting may not have updated something. Well, I don't care what they've updated. I just need the rental agency. And she said they wouldn't necessarily have a phone number or necessarily an email, just a location. But I'm sure if I did enough searching with that, I could possibly, you know. So I can't roll for too much longer, but if you'd like to chat for a few moments, I'd be happy to. So I'm just doing something. I think I also finished the other thing that I was doing on this device because, well, I'm going to keep something to look at later on it. I'll bring this stuff with me, though, just in case. I almost missed a digit, but I caught it. It starts with a great number. Just in case I do decide I'm going to do that. But I mean, well, actually I can't. Well, unless I could go and activate that. But I couldn't go in with, well, Where's that paper here? Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap up. This has been a bit of a long one, and most people haven't been that chatty, even though I've been very welcoming and very nice to anybody who's came in for whatever reason. I don't, may or may not be something personal. Maybe something came up for them, or their phone died or something. Who knows? But it's also kind of annoying, so I'm going, and kind of frustrating that, when I'm here to have chats, talk about things. So I'm going to wrap up. Talk to you later. Bye.